There was no miracle here. This was by design. The surrounding homes were made of wood, fuel for the burning fire. The house left standing was made from solid concrete walls that don't burn. The structure so thick, silence drowned out the blaring sound of the ocean, even during storms. This was not intentional. However, I will say that with climate change, the educated knew that this was going to happen because global conditions made it inevitable. It was a wise decision for the wealthy to build homes in that area. They knew their investments were concrete protected. They knew their investments were fireproof. Brick and stone were the only ingredients needed for survival. Those less fortunate simply couldn't afford the luxury of owning a brick place. Looking back, one can only deem it foolish to invest in a wooden home, matchsticks for burning fires, energy for blazes.
Man, if you don't get the fuck on with that, that's that bullshit. What y'all just listened to, that's that bullshit that they push. What he just said is okay. What we talk about over here is against, policy violation, conspiracy theories, and, let's take the channel down. Let's take the video down. But the video y'all just watched, that's what they need to take down. So, peace, everybody, and peace again. So we're going to do another one where my job is to only bring out the players involved with the shenanigans. This has been going on for decades. This is not something new that's going on in Maui. So the house that he's talking about, we're going to expose the players involved with that. And I'm going to show you who the guy and the wife is. If you notice in the articles of, Dora and Dudley, which he hide his name under Trip. When people hide, they hide names when they do, bullshit. They got aliases. So Doug, aka Trip, we're going to expose that family and his wife Dora. This is going to be a good one. So please get your, get your screenshots ready. Take notes, whatever you got to do. Please share the video. One thing over here is we just going to smoke out the people that need to be smoked out. And then you come up with your own consensus. So I'm getting to that right now. Show some screenshots. And I'm going to give you the background of who these people are. I want to first start off by saying it's nothing a miracle about what happened with those houses that didn't burn. These people are important, powerful people, and they're devious. So we're going to get into it. Go to the first screenshot. Let's get it. So let's go ahead and meet Trip Milliken, a.k.a. Trip Milliken. His real name is Dudley. I told you they hide behind alias whenever they're doing some scandalous things. So there goes Trip. I put this up here so you can focus on land management. The reason I focus on land management because a lot of these people hide behind that and they create these disasters and then they come in, wink, wink, land management, and they manage the situation going on wherever the tragedy happened. They get delegated to, step in. One of the businesses or, companies you need to focus on is Trip works for Westport Land. You're going to see something real bigger down the line when I start doing other parts of this, but please jot this down as a note. Real important. What they do, they go conserve land, get the federal government to call, land sacred and everything else, and they basically secure these properties. These are some of the organizations and businesses that he works for. One that you need to focus on is the Colony Group. That's one of the biggest, sneakiest, I guess you want to say cover up land grabs that you can find. These are, documents. I'm making sure that you get the screenshots, you get the proper sources and everything else. So when you start doing your research, it won't be, it's a conspiracy. No, everything is going to be received. So these are some of the other businesses that, as far as that he worked for as well. You're going to start seeing things of money management, land management, wildlife reservations and things as such. So they go and say, okay, these animals are endangered. Let's take over this property and, make it federal property. Wink, wink. Pay attention to one of the biggest bundlers he has with the Colony Group. They've been, as far as Biden, they're one of their donors. Obama made Robert J. Glowski one of the CEOs of the Colony Group. He installed him into the White House. I want you to get this. The same Milliken guy that we looking at, he worked for the company, and he's in Maui, and his boss get installed by Obama. What the fuck is the coincidence on that? President Obama announces more key administration posts. This is from the whitehouse.gov. This is their archives. These are not screenshots. These are the archives. You got Robert J. Glowski, the Colony Group. There goes the Clinton Bundler. So, he's a donor of the Clintons as well. And you got the Colony Group. And you got Bob Glowski, which is Robert, which, aka, I told you they hide behind little alias and little short names. That's what they do to, not get tracked by people like us. There you got the Colony Group with the Soros Fund. Ding, ding, ding. Fucking George Soros. The Soros Fund, the Colony Group. You got to realize the Colony Group is one of the land managements and everything. Come on, man. What they doing with, the Soros Fund. But, I'm not going to say too much. Please save this video so it won't get taken down, or if it do get taken down, you have it. Please do. This is the Westport land that I was telling you about with Tripp. He purchases land when things go down. They purchase land. There go Colony Group LLC, 70 employees. I'm mentioning the 70 because, it's not a big company. Here come his wife, Dora Milliken. Please pay attention to Art and Embassy. If you know, the Art and Embassy has been tied to child trafficking and human trafficking. And if you've been around for a while, you know what this artwork do. This is by the U.S. Department of State. Like, this is not a fly-by-night, agency. Look who we got. Art and Embassy. U.S. Department of State. Mrs. Spirit Cooker, her damn self. If you know, she don't need no introduction. If you knew, please look into her. I don't want to say too much. I want this to get out. We'll get greasy later. But where's the missing kids? There you have it. The missing kids. The Diplomacy of Art, written by Hillary Clinton, talking about the same organization that we just got done talking about. They child trafficking, human trafficking. There go Hillary. It's not a coincidence. It's the same players over and over. You got Masterpiece International. If you want to know how things are transported, people are transported, kids are transported. It's because you got the Masterpiece International. They don't have to go through customs. They security doesn't check anything. They just go by with big freights. Everything else, shipments and everything else, and it goes unchecked. This is how things work. Who runs the Masterpiece International? Ding, ding, ding. You have David motherfucking Epstein. I believe he's related to Epstein because the family tree is basically a race. You gotta, his genealogy, you gotta chase it down. And when they do that, that's another thing that they're hiding. So you gotta transport it. If you know who, Jeffrey Epstein is, then you know that what he was involved with the child trafficking. But you got David that they hide, always hide. In this research, you find they hide him. This is one of the, if you go to the bottom, you'll see U.S. Customs Broker International. That's they go through, they got everything wrapped up. This is a big organization and a big operation of, how to move people as commerce, how to move people as valuables, how to ship folks around. It might sound crazy to a lot of you, but when you sit back and say, how are all these people connected? Why all these people got the same last name? How is the U.S. Department, State Department involved with this? Why is Hillary always involved? Why these folks? It's always the same players. So these missing people in Maui, they're not just missing. The guy that house didn't burn down, him and his wife, they're not just regular people that just got a house and said, and I don't even want to get on the fact that the house is up or, it's made out of wood or made, it's bullshit. These people are more powerful than what you think. And it's not by coincidence that we can sit back and dig into these folks and find out that they're tied always to power, always to child trafficking, always to human trafficking. The missing people is in front of your face.